Dynasties in American politics are going out of fashion, and that could mean real trouble for Hillary Clinton as she pursues the presidency. We talked last week about the fact that 5 long-term dynasties have come to an end in this past election. 4 senators who were defeated for re-election were there basically because their fathers preceded them. Pryor in Arkansas, Landrieu in Louisiana, Udall in Colorado, and Begich in Alaska, and Jay Rockefeller retired voluntarily. So there are now only 4 sons or daughters of famous fathers left in the United States Senate. Why do dynasties not work anymore as a political force? And what's the impact of that on Hillary Clinton? That's what I'd like to talk about today. When you're running for office and people don't know who you are, it's a growth experience for them to learn about you. They learn your attributes, your skills, your abilities, your positions on the issues, and as a result, they come to have a certain attachment to you and a certain belief in your ability to succeed and do well. But if you're introduced to them as the son or daughter of a famous father, or in Hillary's case, the wife of a famous man, they can't help but see your attributes in the light of his, in the shadow of his, really. So Bill Clinton was a great economics president who knew how to create jobs. Is Hillary the same? Bill Clinton was a great charmer who would reach across the aisle and make friends and have everybody like him and make it really possible to move legislation that way. Can Hillary match that? Bill Clinton had an intuitive feel for political situations, sensitive antennae that would make him understand what was going on. Is Hillary similarly sensitive? Bill was famous for having a raging creativity, an almost undisciplined mind that would focus on all kinds of different things and bring new thoughts into the process. Can Hillary do the same? That's the problem. Whenever we look at Hillary, we think of Bill, and she doesn't measure up. No, she doesn't know anything about economics. Her comment the other week that corporations and businesses don't create jobs shows that she has a leftist, dogmatic view of economics that has nothing really to do with the reality of economics. Is she a charmer who can reach across the aisle and make friends? Come on. Is she somebody who's creative and has new ideas? No, she's rote, and she's obtuse when feeling new political situations. Her comments about being dead broke and in debt when she came out of the White House are perfect examples of that. So the problem Hillary faces is the problem all heirs of dynasties face, which is that they're measured up to a standard others are not, and they often can't fulfill and can't reach the heights of that standard, and as a result look bad by comparison. Now in Hillary's case, the dynastic edge is only the second element in her political platform. The first one is that she's a woman and would be the first female president. And that's a very strong argument, a very potent one, but it has a limited lifespan. It'll attract a certain number of voters who will stay attracted to Hillary and stay with her through thick or thin. They're her base. But it doesn't go much beyond that. For the rest of us, yeah, it would be nice to have a woman president, but it's not the prime qualification we're looking for. So dynastic politics is dying in this country. We're looking through the last name and saying what really is there, not in their legacy, but in the person themselves right in front of us. And I think that couldn't happen at a worse time for Hillary. Or, by the way, for Jeb Bush, who's also thinking of running for president. With him, dynastic politics has 2 shadows that cast themselves over his candidacy. But we'll explore that in greater depth in a later video.